everybody. Today I'm in my own kitchen and we've been getting some questions in Indri's Vanilla Bean group about making vanilla paste. If the beans have already been dried and have been made into vanilla powder, if the beans have already been made into vanilla extract, or if the beans are fresh, like if it makes a difference. So today I'm going to put all three of those to the test. My plan is that we are going to use the same base ingredients, the same recipe, and the same amounts of all three types of beans. We're going to make the three different types of paste. These are unfortunately different types of vanilla beans. So because these are different types of vanilla beans, I will not be able to do an accurate taste test with this experiment. So that is why we are going to try to focus mostly on texture and the way it mixes up and see if there's any difference between these different ones. Today I'll be using Alex Green's recipe. It is in the files section of Indri's Vanilla Bean group on Facebook, or you can find it through a link at indrivanilla.com. I will be using a Vitamix Explorian blender today. I'm going to blend all of these pastes for exactly the same amount of time. Yes, even the one that's got the powdered beans. I think that it is important to compare each one of them. These are the control ingredients that are going to go into every single one of the batches of vanilla paste. I've got plain granulated sugar. All of them are going to get 455 or 454 grams of that. And then we're going to weigh out the appropriate amount of corn syrup. All of them are going to get this Potter's vodka. And xanthan gum it's going to be a tough one to make consistent. So I think I'm going to leave out the xanthan gum in all of these recipes. I'm not going to include that. At least not today. When I later go back, I might add some like tomorrow or after this experiment is done. All right, so everybody gets sugar, corn syrup, vodka, and water. And then now we're gonna weigh out the vanilla beans. This is the fresh vanilla beans that have never been used to make vanilla extract. They're pliable and they're soft. They're not dry or anything like that. So we're gonna need 114 grams of vanilla beans of this kind. These have already been cut into a few small pieces. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in exactly as is. So this is our first experiment going away. Okay, now I am going to slowly bring this up to blend, and I'm going to blend it for precisely 3 minutes because I'm trying to keep this really, really consistent. As a reminder, this paste does not have any xanthan gum in it right now, and just in the amount of time that it took me to like get my jars together, you can see it almost is separating, but it is incredibly smooth. It's just like pure liquid. That made one very full quart. Right, time for paste batch number 2. This one is being made with vanilla beans that have been made into vanilla extract. And these particular beans actually have been used to make 2 batches of extract. So they have been very thoroughly soaked, and a lot of them have even had the ends cut off and had the caviar squeezed out of them. So this is going to be a really good test to see how they hold up. All right, the second batch is all done. Also super smooth, super clear. And once again, I have just over 1 quart. All right, time to assemble our final batch of vanilla paste. This is vanilla beans that have been dried and ground into a powder. You can see there's still some big pieces in it. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add that. Let's go take it for a blend. It's gonna be 3 minutes because I'm going to give all of these the same amount of time, even though this one will probably not need nearly as much blending because the beans are already powdered. I'm actually surprised. I think it looks a little thicker. I think it's got a little bit less volume. So this is the vanilla paste with fresh beans. No xanthan gum has been added to this. They have not been standing very long. It's quite thin, but
It's holding its suspension better than I maybe thought it would. This is the paste that was made with beans that have already been used to make vanilla extract 2 times. Now this one is fresher, like this one has been sitting for a couple of hours, and then this one was just recently made. So I'm not surprised to see it looking still very, very thin. I suspect that that will thicken up as it sits overnight. This is the one that was made with the vanilla powder, and it is considerably thicker, even though it was the last to be blended. Well, this wasn't the official results moment to be spoken yet, but I'll see how they turn out.
All right, it's time to taste test and do a comparison of our 3 types of vanilla paste. This one was made with fresh vanilla beans that have never been used for vanilla extract. This one was made with vanilla beans that had been made into vanilla extract 2 times. And this one was made with vanilla beans that had been dried and powdered. The impetus of this experiment was somebody posted and said that when they made their vanilla paste with beans that had been made into vanilla extract, that they felt like the texture was really fibrous and they couldn't get it to blend up smooth.
That one that Sarah's doing over there is really
Very runny.
This is quite thick. See
This,
that?
yeah, the one with the dry
And
beans.
the twice extracted beans has a very similar texture
So
to the fresh whole beans.
I did use by weight the same amount of each of these products. And so obviously the dry one is
gonna
going
be
to
thicker.
thicker because it has less moisture as part of the vanilla bean.
There's
Now,
hardly any texture.
I blended all of these in my Vitamix for 3 minutes apiece. So it might be that I just had really powerful equipment and I blended it for a long time for each one of these. So got to take that into account. So maybe if you're finding that your vanilla paste made with extracted vanilla beans, if that texture is different, then maybe it's a difference in equipment, and that means that probably have to make more experiments to test different types of oh darn. We're gonna do a little taste test. We have pieces of sourdough bread and we have apple slices.
The twice extracted beans does have less of a vanilla depth.
Yep.
Which you would expect, because they were extracted twice. Did you use extract when making the paste?
No.
So that's something that I often recommend if people are wanting to use previously extracted beans for paste, is to use
Instead of using fresh alcohol.
Fresh alcohol, use at least partial extract.
Or
It still is very vanilla.
another option would be to use more vanilla beans. I used the same by
more on this
weight
plate.
of all 3 of my vanilla components.
This is absolutely a worthwhile product. I would never, I would absolutely give that as a gift. I would use it in the kitchen, hands down. This one is stronger in the vanilla-ness, but if you're, this is certainly not a bad product.
No, and it would be a
absolutely
great
worth
way
the
to
time.
use your extracted beans.
Yeah,
Even
definitely.
just add an extra teaspoon and
Yeah,
something
and you could
instead.
add
Yeah,
more
that's
of
an-
it to your recipe.
That's another option.
Or if you wanted to up the flavor, you could use extract when making the paste, things like that. But it's very good. And I mean, we're eating it plain on apple slices.
It's
so
like, well, the fact that everybody's just dipping in and enjoying it.
it's very tasty. Like if I was doing a preference, this would be my favorite.
The fresh
The
beans.
fresh whole beans, yeah.
Okay.
I'm liking the dry.
They're all lovely.
I'm more with the dry.
You like this one better? Okay.
Yeah. Really?
Now, the dry
does
one,
have good-
I think
That one has really great flavor too.
That taste, it makes it taste so much different. Like the taste is so much different.
Yeah.
It's a different in palate.
All
They're
good.
all really good. Like now
They're all
trying with
different.
the bread, this
When
one
you-
is
this
really
was
good.
really
too.
yummy with the bread.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this one better with the bread than with the apple. I preferred this one. So
Maybe it's about what you're baking. What are you making? And
maybe
then
so. I don't think you can go wrong with
I-
any of these approaches.
all right.
I think
So-
they're all great options.